We are continuing the Martial Powers project today. So hold on real quick while I check my signal here real quick, make sure we're coming through, and then we're going to spend maybe 2 hours. We'll see. Maybe 2 hours. We'll see. Working on development of the project. So we'll see how far along we get and where we're at and what makes sense. But if you follow me on Twitter, I've just posted that I'm live on Twitter. So if you want to catch signal of me going live in the future, you can either follow me on Twitter or, more preferably, like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so that you can keep updated on when I'm up and running, when I have something new posted. I post something new every day. What's the kind of stuff that I post? If you're new here, hey, my name is Phil. I make DMsGuild PDFs for supplementing and expanding on the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons game. There's a list of previous things I've created that are on DMsGuild now. You can click on any of them and view the entire product cover to cover, no cost, just to review the material. But if you find it valuable, please do make a purchase. If you find yourself coming back to it at some point, it's probably valuable to you, the information that's in there. So any kind of a purchase is certainly appreciated. We do this Monday through Saturdays in the morning, lunchtime here at stream, and then Mondays and Thursday nights typically, unless I have a design, editing, or development meeting that I am attending with my collaborators. So I've just punched all my signals on Discord and on Twitter. So let me get this out of the way. There, and liking and subscribing is certainly the best way to help me continue to grow momentum with the team, and it's very much appreciated. But right now we are going to continue our effort in the Martial Powers project. So continuing here in February, we continue to create examples of creatures, and if we want to switch gear, then we can continue fixing up the DM section of this for guidance. Hey, Hornetico, it's good to see you, my man. So that is what we're up to today. We are going to see about fleshing out kits of power for both the Beholder and an Ancient Red Dragon. So I'm going to flump up here. Flump. Here we go. Create some more space there, and there. So let's see, we know from our table, up to CR1, 2 to 5, 6 to 9, 11, 10 to 13, and then 14 plus of the 4 ranks of the 5 ranks of power that creatures can have. And depending on their rank, different from players, creatures range from D4, D6, D8, D10, and then D12 at 5th rank. They can know a number of powers equal to their rank plus 1. And they can use these, each power can be used once per round unless stated otherwise below. So they have the larger CR the creature gets, the more options that they have available for them to be able to flump around and do fun stuff. So the Beholder is a CR11 4th rank creature. So it has 5 powers that it knows up to 4th rank, and it's going to be dealing 4d10. It's going to be rolling 4d10 power dice when it has the opportunity, if it's doing something that it needs to roll for. So, Hornico says, I'll be listening in the background while I fight with a hobby project. Yeah, right on, man. I've had on the back burner for about a year and a half now. That's great to get it fresh and get some new air onto it, man. Good luck. So, let's see. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull from the full list of powers that we have. And if you've been here for the previous 60 episodes. What episode are we on now again? We are on episode 47. Wow, only episode 47. So we've almost been hammering away at this for a year now. So slow makes smooth, smooth makes fast, we'll say. And so right now we are at, if you can check any of the previous 46 episodes, I kind of go into the dissertation about what the different disciplines of power are, how you're spending mana to gain dice, classes that are affected, blah, 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 blah. So assuming that you're already on board for the ride, we're just going to dive into this, that we'll have the opportunity to pick 5 powers from anything up to 4th or lower rank that we can tack on to the Beholder to make it that much more of a nightmare than it already is. So these things don't affect their eye rays. It doesn't affect, martial powers don't affect magical attacks at all. It's all mundane stuff. So like bite, a beholder would be able to manipulate its bite attack, like with a strike power. It'd have to be a bite for the strike power to matter. But it's using eye rays mostly, and a beholder is not going to want to get into melee combat like that. So I think we're going to avoid strikes pretty much altogether. I think where the strength of the beholder is going to be how intelligent it is, and how it is anti-magic can disable its own powers. Powers are considered magical, so anti-magic fields do affect powers. So they're going to have a limit on what, like, they're probably going to want to use personal things only that aren't affected, like the anti-ray that they have in their eye isn't going to affect themselves unless they're specifically choosing to look at themselves, which under normal circumstances they would avoid to do. So what we're going to do is see about looking at some of the higher ranked powers that they can acquire, and if any of them would make any particular sense for the beholder to also have. So give me a second here. I'm going to grab one of these things like that, and then bloop, like this, just to drop something into the board. Now let's go power fishing to see what we find that's in the beholder kit, or what's out here that I think would be complementary to what the beholder is. So let's see. Right off the top, Master of Fate. Indestructible is pretty damn good though. Master of Fate, when you trigger this power, roll 3 20-sided dice. When you later roll a 20-sided die while this power is sustained, you can choose to replace the result with any one of these fate dice. Each fate die can be used once. While this power is sustained, you can burn 1 mana as a bonus action during your turn to roll an additional fate die, replacing any results or regaining an expended fate die up to a maximum of 3. Unused fate dice are lost when the power is dismissed. So what we could do, what this would allow us to do, expanded, is give our beholder 3 20-sided dice. You can choose to replace the result of any. When you later roll a d20, I could use those. Frenzy's not gonna. Nah, I'm not feeling Master of Fate. Frenzy gives me 1 additional attack as part of my attack action, and I gain advantage on all of those attacks. That's not a beholder's style at all, but Indestructible though. As a reaction to taking damage, Indestructible. Let's just give him Indestructible for now, and that is a sustained power. We may replace this because it eats up its entire channeling budget to channel that, and if it decided to lock it, it would remove its ability to use anything else. Super useful though, so it could be a decent backup in case it needs to do something wonky. So we'll go with Indestructible for now. Let's see if there's something else that is more interesting. Haste is more of a combat utility thing. Giant growth not so much. Flurry attack, not so much. Daunting Presence. Attack rolls against you are made with disadvantage. That's not horrible. It's also super freaking expensive. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if Daunting Presence needs to be 3 mana. The level is right, though. You can't gain access to it until 9th level. So the level is right. The cost is a little much. Well, you could always buy it down to reduce the mana cost. Against all attack rolls against your mate with disadvantage. That's not... It's too aggressive for 5th level. We're gonna leave it be. I'm gonna give this the honorable. Honorable notation here that maybe I need to balance that. No, that's not the thing I want to do. Hold on. You can dismiss his power, and until the beginning of your next turn, you are immune to the triggering damage type. There you go. Save. Cost balanced. That's what we'll do. So those don't seem to make sense. Auto attunement, it's not going to use magic items, so that's not of any real use. Unnatural resistance. So when you channel this power, choose one type of damage. Regenerate's not bad. Generation's not horrible. I can see it easily wanting to sustain that. So we'll give it regeneration for now, and then we'll probably end up whittling things out of it. Who's that? 3rd? Oh no, it's 2nd. One, two, three, four, 5. So let's see. There's no which direction chosen creatures. There's the same plane of existence in addition when you make a melee attack. Okay, that's a melee attack, so no. Vigilance, whenever a hostile creature. Probably want to rename this. Begins its turn or enters within 10 feet of you. Takes 1 power die of damage for each mana sustaining vigilance. Jesus Christ. That would be... that would be up to 10 damage that would be whittling down if it doesn't want to maintain anything else. That is just deadly. So we'll preemptively take vigilance as well. We're just stacking up the sustained effects until we find something else. It's not a big issue to be able to get rid of stuff. Bold first. Is that right? No, it's 2nd. 2nd rank. No, it doesn't need any of those. No, strong, right at dawn. No, it's not going to want to shed bright light. The beholder doesn't want lycanthropy or doesn't necessarily need elemental resistance. No, range assault doesn't make sense. None of these. Okay, none of the rest of these make any sense. So, and we're skipping strikes specifically because they don't really work with I-beams. So there's no real point there. Right. So let's get into reactions. And let's see if there's any cool reactions we want to scoop up. Right, revival doesn't kill you outright. As a reaction to a creature attempting to move, teleport, or shift places, take 1 power die of damage per mana burned. It takes, as a reaction to a creature attempting to move, teleport, or shift planes, it takes 1 power die of damage per mana burned. Nah, because the anti-magic guy should be able to shut down whatever it's doing there. Curse of the Fallen Puppet as a reaction. Nope. The creature is resistant to the damage. It can't benefit from resistance to the damage rolled. Alternatively, if it's immune to damage, that's a really freaking useful against its I-beams. I think that is a yes. Let's check. Let's remind ourselves what a beholder is packing. So D&D Beyond. Beholder for like freaking 100, please. Jesus Christ. Seriously? Beholder? Come on, you know what a beholder is, right? This is fucking D&D, isn't it? Thank you. Jeez, my crew. D&D Beyond's a piece of shit. Seriously. Do not subscribe to this thing. I'll buy books for reference sake, but I don't want to subscribe to this guy, like, ever. Necrotic damage. Okay, that's legit. So let's see. Charm Ray, Paralyzing Ray, Fear Ray, Slow Ray. Disintegrate Ray does force damage. That's good. Innervating Ray deals necrotic damage. Force damage. Necrotic damage. You either do necro damage or force damage, both of which people can get resistance to, which Curse of Exposure can override. As a reaction to a creature within 30 feet taking damage, if the creature is resistant to the effect, it can't benefit from resistance to the damage rolled. Alternatively, if it's immune to the damage, it is instead only resistant. So I am content with that dent. So we'll keep that one for Swarton. See if there's another reaction that we like in here. I can just pick up. As a reaction to when a creature you can see targets you with a spell or magical effect, the target must succeed a charisma saving throw at disadvantage, or the spell or magical effect doesn't affect you and is wasted. As a reaction to becoming incapacitated or dying, you can take an action before this condition affects you. Doing so incapacitates you next turn if you are alive. Cheat death, not so much. Hexproof though, that's not bad. It has to target you directly, which they aren't going to do a lot because of the blind, the anti-magic eyes. That doesn't feel like a. I feel like a misflavor. As a reaction to when an ally creature you can see within 30 feet, including yourself. I should set a timer so I stay track of where I'm at. It's 1 o'clock now. I've got at least an hour. Whoop, but we want to keep time of stuff, so we know where we're at. We know what's going on. Hey Tyler, it's good to see you, my man. Let's see. So react. Let's see. Off balance. As a reaction to when a creature you can see makes a melee attack against you, Creature must succeed a Constitution saving throw or the attack fails and the creature is stunned until the beginning of its next turn. Until the end of its next turn. Let's see. So reactive jaunt. As a reaction to an ally creature you can see within 30 feet, including yourself, takes damage from a source you can see. You can teleport the damaged creature to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range, preventing, which is a 30-foot range, preventing any damage. Instead, the chosen space must be on a surface or a liquid that can support the target without the target having to squeeze. If you target a creature, it can choose to make a charisma saving throw to prevent being teleported, wasting the mana burned using this reaction. I think I can come up with a better name than Off Balance. That sounds a little trite considering how powerful it is. Rename? Question mark. Countering attack doesn't make sense because Beholder has an anti-magic eye. It's going to shut down a lot of shit anyway. Reactive jaunt just doesn't feel right. Stolen Fate. As a reaction to a creature you can see within 30 feet makes an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. You can curse them to roll again. They use the lower result, and you can use the higher die result instead of rolling for one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. This benefit is lost if the result isn't used by the end of your next turn. So that's fun. One's own luck, reaction to rolling one or more power dice. You can re-roll any number of dice and take the higher result. Moving target as a reaction. No, that won't work. Meticulous effort. We already know we need to change that. Defensive barrier as a reaction to a source you can see targeting you with an attack. You create a momentary translucent barrier, granting you full cover against the attack, causing the attack to automatically miss unless it ignores cover. Defensive barrier is actually a pretty damn good one. And it feels on flavor for the Beholder. So let's do that. We got two decent reactions working for us now. It's a good start. Let's see if there's any other reactions that we really like. Flies, no problem. Deflection, nah. All that stuff is molly. No. What about maneuvers? Let's look at some maneuvers that might be interesting. Wave of Terror is going to feel right for the dragon, but I don't think so much for the Beholder. You curse a creature you can see to make saving throws against your powers with disadvantage. The effect ends when the creature succeeds a save against them. Nah. Curse of the Muddled Mind. You curse a creature that you can see to roll ability checks and concentration checks with disadvantages. The creature can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect when it succeeds. It's not bad. You can heal one creature with a touch. Nah. Too meta. Curse of the Eyeless. That's ironic. Curse a creature, you see the results, attack rolls with higher roll, power will die, blah. Make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns. ending the effect. You curse a creature you can see to reduce the result of all attack rolls by the highest roll of 1 power die per mana burned. The creature can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect when it succeeds. That's a first rank maneuver. That's not bad. 30 feet. No, because the anti-magic would automatically shut down the illusion, so that doesn't really matter. Paralyzed. Well, it has so much paralyzation already going for it. Doesn't need that. Doesn't need that. Doesn't need that. Ooh. Choose a creature up to large size within 30 feet. If it fails a dex saving throw, it becomes trapped within a resilient sphere. The creature can dex save to end the effect at the end of each of its turns. You can spend 2 mana to target a huge-sized creature. Flicker, pounce, double strike, telekinetic bubble ain't bad for a beholder. It's quirky enough that I'd want to do something like that. So what would I get rid of? Vigilance. That feels like a beholder thing to do. Resilient. Let's spell that proper. Thanks, boss. A resilient sphere. Yeah, I'm down with the TK bubble. That's pretty cool. So we'll drop that there. And now we've got 2 more things, Indestructible and Regeneration. Neither one of which I'm particularly committed to for the Beholder. If I were to keep either one of those, I'd probably keep Indestructible. You regain a number of hit points. Regeneration probably isn't really Beholder's bag, but so far I'm happy with these things. Let's see if there's a goodie out there we can replace Regeneration with. Shunt isn't a bad one, just to create some space. Lift, get them off the ground. Resilient Sphere kind of resolves that same lift effect. And you can always TK. You can always just use TK off of its Ice Stalk to lift. So that's not necessary. Becoming corporeal isn't horrible. We already have slow effects. Invisible for round, meh. Flatten ain't horrible. Distract. Shunt's still looking pretty good. Distract. But you can do shunt effects with the telekinetic Ice Stalk, so not sure how useful that is. Bonus action, coordinated action. Unstoppable. When an effect or condition other than incapacitated or death reduces your movement to 0. You can ignore the movement penalty for 1 round during your turn, though you might not be able to take any other action. So even if you're paralyzed, you can still move by spending 4 mana. You can still move that round, but that's all you can shamble forward a little bit, but that's it. I'm sure there's uses for that. It's expensive as hell to use though. Swift Attunement, useless. Hypertonistic, when you make an opportunity attack, you can attack the same creature twice. I love that, but it's not used to the Beholder. Might be useful for a dragon though. First strike, instead of rolling initiative, if an enemy is within range of your weapon attack, make an attack roll against that enemy instead. The result of the roll is your initiative count, in addition to dealing any damage if the attack succeeds. I love first strike. I think that is so freaking fun. And I think at third rank, being 9th level, minimum 3 mana to use, it's expensive but super useful. Great for like rogue assassin types, like super useful for rogue assassin types. Which is designed to synergize with. I mean, by the time you get up high enough to be able to like really use surprise, spending mana to really lock in that surprise is super useful. Empowered synergy. Whenever you use a bonus action to channel a maneuver, you can make a weapon attack as part of the bonus. Nah, Beholder wouldn't use that. It's super cool though. Ride the wind, no need. Precise attack, no need. Phase attack, no need. Because all these attacks wouldn't affect the I-beam. It'd have to be a physical, like a martial attack. And Beholders don't use those. Veterinary training, maybe. Take care of its magic dog. History, insight, investigation. I don't think it's going to want to use these low-hanging fruits. Oh, resilient. That's freaking useful. When making a saving throw, you can roll 1 power die per mana channeled, adding the highest roll to your result. He's going to be rolling 4d10. So the best d10 die roll I can add to my saving throws, yes, blocks. Super freaking useful. It's not even a reaction. It's an exploit. Exploit, resilient, first. That's a first rank? No, second rank, right? Holy crap, that's first. Whew, man. Nice. The thing is, the monster's automatically locked in to using X amount. Anytime this guy can roll power dice, he's automatically going to roll 4d10 power dice, period. So, because you don't want to worry about measuring mana for creatures, you just want to limit them to being able to use any of these once per round. But they can use all of them once per round if he has the opportunity to do so. But a lot of these are reactions, so he's not going to have huge opportunity to tap into that stuff. Exploit, sure, whenever he's making a saving throw. You can do that once per round, so that's useful. Sustained. You can reduce resistance when it's dealing damages. I'm into that. Let's go with first. Defense barrier, that feels right. TK bubble ain't bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get rid of indestructible. Like, regeneration is just something that it would want to sustain, just period. Just some exposure. Reaction, maneuver. That's a decent kit. I'm down with that for the Beholder. Check. Okay, I'm good with that. I think I'll just leave him be as is. So let's go check out our Ancient Red Dragon boss fight. Hold on real quick, I'm gonna grab a sip. So Dragon's going to be able to use all of these things. They're super intelligent, so ideas like reactions and sustained powers are sensible for a dragon. They have fantastic melee combat capability, so strikes and most of the reactions will make sense for it too. And it's already a spellcasting type creature in general, so having various maneuvers, both martial and at-will targeting, those also makes. I mean, this guy's got like the full gamut. So we can really play around with it. I think a potential thing that we could do with this is once this publishes, we could take all the monsters from that Wizards of the Coast has published and create a power kit for each one of them, A to Z. Build out a book. And add it as a tack on. So just like these things here. I mean, we're adding these examples into the book just to show how you could use power kits to improve your boss fights or your minions and stuff like that. Minion skeleton, boss fight ogre. I don't know if it's boss fight. Oh, that's an appropriate idea. Boss fight beholder, boss fight dragon. So dragon can have up to 6 powers. He's going to roll 5d12 power dice when he does, which is going to make him really freaking dangerous. Fun! So right off the top, we know that a dragon can use strikes. So let's go fetch a strike. Let's go with a high rank strike. Banishing strike, paralyzing strike. When your damage increases by 5d12 damage, the creature must make a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed. The creature can attempt to end this effect at the end of each of its turns by succeeding a wisdom saving throw. Okay, cool. So let's take paralyzing strike. That seems like a suitably terrible thing to do to somebody while you're fighting a dragon, right? The creature must make a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed. The creature can attempt to end this effect at the end of each of its turns by succeeding a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Is there another particularly fun dragon-y type of thing to do? Your damage increases by 1 power die per mana burned. All creatures within 10 feet of the creature hit other than you also takes damage equal to the result of the power die damage and can make a dexterity saving throw for half damage. Hit other, you also take damage. Also take damage equal to the result of the power dice damage. Each creature can make a dexterity saving throw to reduce the damage by half. Hey, timely timer. Let's keep timing. Very good. Let's see. Bursting strike ain't bad. Whew, Thundering Strike is a fun one too. God, all of these are just really dangerous on a 14 CR creature. Jeez. I don't think I need Bursting Strike because he already has the Breath Weapon. That's bursty enough. Thundering Strike is pretty damn good though. Let's take that. I actually like Thundering Strike better than Paralyzing Strike. Thematically, anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do. I don't know if I like Paralyzing Strike. I'm going to replace Paralyzing Strike if I can. There's got to be a better strike than that. Hold on. Red Dragon, Fire, Flaming. Yeah. It's caught on fire. Taking fire damage, 5 points of fire to your proficiency bonus, which is going to be, what, a +5? So it'd be 5 damage per round. Attempt to end this effect at the end of each of its turns by succeeding a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, Flaming Strike's not bad. We've already used Grappling Strike a few times with the T-Rex and the Ogre. Okay, a Terror effect would definitely make sense for the dragon. So let's go down to maneuvers to terrorize things. Terrorize things. Wave of Terror. Any number of creatures within 30 feet. Fuck off. Nice. Let's do that. Let's do that instead of Paralyzing Strike. Each creature that fails is frightened of you. Make a Wisdom saving throw. Each creature that fails is frightened of you. The effect ends for a creature when it succeeds a saving throw at the end of its turns or it loses line of sight with you. Or it... yeah. Can deal thunder damage and add... let's see how your weapon can deal. To the damage roll. Period. The creature is pushed up to 50 feet away in a direction of your choice. Wave of Terror. You can choose any number of creatures in 30 feet to make a Wisdom saving throw to fuck off. Good with that so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. What else is fun out there? Yo. That's 3. Decay and capacity. Ooh, nah, that's all grappling. Double strike. Ooh. Give me that hypertunistic. That feels good for a dragon. God damn. That's an exploit. Ha ha ha. Hot. That's 1, 2, 3. I still have 3 to go. Regeneration's still kind of legit. But we want regeneration for the beholder already. I don't want to just be a repeat monkey all the time. No, instead it would have a self-heal. I think maneuver is where is it? It's in here somewhere. Bonus action, coordinate attack, coordinate dash, distract, flatten, goad, mobility, rally. It's 10 hit points. Swiss resistance, no. Restrain hold. Phase, pack tag, shunt, lift. Paralyze. Healing Radiance. You heal one creature you touch with a number of hit points equal to the result. There, healing Radiance. I can see a dragon packing that. There, once per round. Granted, it takes an action to do it, but out of combat it's ridiculous. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Down to 2 to go. Hypertunistic is what? Second rank? Healing Radiance is first. And Hypertunistic is an exploit. I think it's a second rank exploit. Hold on, let's go find it. Hypertunistic, third rank. So that 1, 2, 3, I don't know why you're smaller. 4. We got 2 left. Don't need Thundering Strike. Okay, great. Let's go see. Is there a reaction in here? Hold on. We don't have any reactions yet, so let's go pick up a reaction. And then a sustain and it'll be done. So let's see. Reactions. Punish isn't bad. As a reaction to when a creature you can see moves within... Ooh, moving target's not bad either. I think we already have that on the T-Rex, though, don't we? Moving target. Yep. Sure shite. I mean, I could duplicate, but I don't want to duplicate. Humph. Let's see. Countering attack is useful, though. Gotta be within range of your weapon attack, though. Oh yeah, we're gonna go with punish. Do we have punish already? Punish is first rank. Because you can use strikes with reactions if you're willing to spend the extra mana. But you can only use it once. Red nose, which you can use during a turn. It's not actually on your turn. So hold on, let's see how that reads. Once per round, unless stated otherwise. There you go. So you could use a reaction to punish, and on top of punishing them, you get the extra D12. So let's see where that's at. Punish. As a reaction, adding a 7, 1D12. The attack roll. So I can punish, and then if I connect on the punish, I can thunder strike. So I'd have the +7 or plus D12 to my attack roll, and if that hits, then I use the strike, which deals a crap ton of extra damage and throws the enemy 50 feet away. So if you've got a melee character that's stepping up on you, attempts to attack you, you punish them, and then you thunder them away. You can attack the same. Oh my god! You could use reaction to punish, then exploit with hypertonistic to attack twice, and then use thundering strike to deal normal damage first, and then thundering strike second. Not bad. Hypertonistic, wave of terror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there a sustained effect we want to tack on top of this beast? Holy crap, that's just mean. That's just mean. So let's go with sustained powers. Let's go to the top end and work our way back down to see if there's something that we like. Haste isn't horrible. Flurry attack is great, but I don't think the multi attack that the dragon has going really necessarily needs it. Unnatural resistance, strange metabolism, regenerate, omnilinguistic, castigate. We'll skip vigilance. Like a pit fiend or something that's like wreathed in some sort of element, that like a fire element. Elemental would be a good example, or a pit fiend would be a good example of like how vigilance plays into that kit, because you get too near them, they automatically deal damage. Vigilance can stack up that damage pretty fast. So melee attacks you make with grappling, nah. Wise, nah. Weapon resistance, nah. Strong, nah. Dawn, lycanthropy, intelligence, elemental resistance. Quick assessment. You can add your proficiency bonus for making an ability check that you can use perception or insight skills. It's not off flavor. Yeah, maybe there's just nothing in here. Right at dawn. No. 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 Close quarter. Nah. Relentless. Nah. What's strong do? Advantage on strength checks? Nah. Trap Springer is neat, but out of kit for a dragon. Generate. Unnatural resistance. Nah. No. Daunting Presence already has it. Flurry attack. Good point. Doesn't an adult red dragon already have a fear effect? Let's see if that pulls up any results for me. Ancient red dragon. If it has a fear effect already, we don't need Wave of Terror. Frightful Presence. There you go. We don't need Wave of Terror. So that just got freed up in our budget. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 2 left over. Huh. Okay. Yeah, Frenzy doesn't really mesh because it gives an extra attack action, and you can already have multi-attack, which doesn't really mesh with that. Indestructible, though, that's not a bad idea. Alright, we'll take Indestructible. One, two, three, four, five. Cool. One more left. Granted, that's going to eat up 4 out of the 5 of his power budget. So is there a sustained power I already have? I should probably see if there's like a first rank sustained power I can pick up just to fill out that. Timer. Weapon resistance. Wise. Rogue stance ain't bad. Dodge, disengage. Yeah, we'll do that. check what the dragon normally has, and yeah, it could use the extra action. Cool, let's give it to it. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. So there's our dragon. Healing Radiance. It can heal itself 32 points a pop. Rogue stance. It can use a bonus action to dash, disengage, or dodge. No one doesn't have a bonus action like that, so we're adding that to its mroe. Reaction, Punishing Strike, which we looked at before, which is if an enemy attempts an attack and misses, which could be supplemented by the dodge action that the dragon could take to give you disadvantage on attacks. And then if you miss that attack, it gets a bonus to attack you. It can use Hypertunistic to attack you twice, and if either one of those hit, then it can use Thundering Strike to hurl you away. And then on top of that, it has Indestructible to gain resistance to everything. And you know, immune to triggering damage types. There you go. Yeah, nice little tight kit there. I'm pretty happy with that. We could theoretically do this with all the monsters in the monster manual, and that'd be a fun little supplement to build out. I am hip with that. Cool. Hey, we just finished. We just finished all the monsters we were planning on working on. So we get to remove that from our list of roster, our upcoming event stuff. Continue magic gear. Examples. Cool. Well, let's go check out. Well, since we finished our monsters, let's see if there's any progress we want to make right now on gear. Mana crystals, power gear, some of the magic items, power gear, enchants items and equipments with martial powers that can be used by any character and can augment the powers known by characters and creatures with the channeling features. Each type of power gear is described below and includes random item generators to inspire unique power gear. Mana crystals, power gear itself, gear generator, let's see. Let's look at So weapons can be enchanted with strike powers. Power weapons have enchantment bonuses as determined by the rarity of the item. For 1, 2, 3. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 2, plus 3. Strike rank 1, 2, 3. So creature attuned to the weapon knows additional strike powers. They can be combined with the strike powers enchanted in a power weapon up to the max channel limit. Miscellaneous gear, miscellaneous power gear can possess powers from the exploits, maneuvers, reactions, and sustained disciplines, which can be used while in the attuned creature's possession. The item is, if the item can be worn, it must be worn to channel. If the item can't be worn, it must be held to channel its power. Exploit, maneuver, reaction, sustained. Okay. Let's see if there's something fun here. I'm trying to think of a trident, something with a trident, and none of the strikes specifically are leaping out at me. In the prone condition, after a successful strength save, flatten. Let's do, what is that? First strength maneuver? Let's go with... Let's go with what am I trying to think here? I'm trying to think of a cool name. So the stuff that I want this thing to have is flatten. Maneuver, and what's the strike that one have to go along with that? Flatten is a good one. Strike. Tripping strike is pretty straightforward. That's 2 ranks that we have. So we're stacking up different ranks. So totaling the amount of ranks total of different maneuver, different powers that it has will determine the rarity of the weapon. So a tripping strike and flattening, which is a maneuver, which can be done as an action or as a bonus action. Let's see if there's something else we can just grab offhand here. Maybe maybe a reaction. Punishing is cool, but Ooh, downtrodden. As a reaction to when an enemy you can see within range of your weapon attack becomes prone, you can make an attack at advantage and add 1 power die to the attack roll. That's pretty freaking sweet. Downtrodden. Also, was that also first rank? Jesus. That's pretty good. Let's call it Hammer. Let's call it Fellhammer. Rank 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be a very rare item. So for free, it'll give you the power die of damage. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go up here and see what it says about usage. Power weapons have enchantment bonuses as determined by the rarity of the item. If the creature attuned to the weapon knows additional strike powers, that can be combined. Miscellaneous gear. Right, so power gear is any kind of item, any item that holds a power from the exploit, maneuver, reaction, strike, or sustained disciplines. The maximum rank of power enchanted into the item is listed by rarity in the table below. The amount of mana used when channeling a power is equal to the rank of the item as indicated by its rarity. The amount of mana used when channeling each power an item holds can be used a number of times per long rest equal to the attuned creature's proficiency modifier. If the attuned creature has the channeling class feature, they can spend mana to use the item additional times. Okay. So very rare. One, 2, 3. It's going to be 3d8. That's going to be 10, 14. 3d8. Force damage. Downtrodden. As a reaction to an enemy you can see within range of your weapon attack becomes prone, you can make an attack at advantage and add 5 8 tripping increases by 1 power die per mana burned. Increases by 14, 3d8. And you can knock a creature up to 2 sizes larger than you or smaller prone. The target must make a strength saving throw to prevent this, adding the highest power die result to your channeling DC, 5. Default. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's see if we can create another doodad. We're just creating doodads. That's what we're doing right now. Thematic weapons, like we were making thematic kits of power for creatures. Right now, we're creating thematic kits of power to load into a magic item that can be used. Like this would be very rare having 3 ranks of power stored inside of the weapon. So that would put like around level 11 to 15, something like that, like 3rd rank. Uncommon, rare, very rare, legendary. 4 ranks, 4 classifications of rarity, 4 tiers of character development. So common, uncommon is 1st rank. 1st tier, like level 1 to 5, and then 6 to 10. 2nd rank, that'd be like uncommon and rare items, and then level 11 through 15 would be rare and very rare items, and then level 16 through 20, which is 4th tier, that would be very rare and legendary items. So this being a very rare item, has 3 ranks total, throwing around 3d8s. The legendary item would be 4 total with 4d10 dice available to it, which your character would be able to use basically 6 times a day. So it's a very powerful item, but again, they scale with the power. So, itchy belly. Let's build another magic item. Let's thematically go with Boots of Alacrity. Let's go for an exploit. Let's go with Boots of what's the word I'm looking for? Treads of the cliff. Treads of repelling, of cliff running, treads of mount. There we go. Give me another 20 minutes here. Treads of the mountain. And this will probably be rare. Boots requires attunement. When these enchanted treads are attached to the bottom of the attuned creature's feet or footwear, it can use the following powers. These boot spikes look like can be there, that sounds cool. These adamantine boot spikes can be magically attached to the bottom of the attuned creature's feet or footwear. When attuned, the treads grant the following powers. When attuned to the treads, there, that's decent language. Massive flat-headed warhammer. Massive flat-headed warhammer. This, how do I want to say, iron wrought. Wide, flat, double head. Let's see, this massive iron wrought hammer has a wide flat head. But feels unbalanced. This massive iron wrought hammer. This massive two-handed. If held while Grants the following powers. Magically attached to the bottom of foot or footwear when attuned. Grant the following powers. There we go. Cone. This massive two-hammer iron wrought hammer. This massive two-handed iron wrought hammer doles. Oh well, I guess just keep it simple. When attuned to, this massive two-handed iron wrought hammer grants the following powers. There we go. Easy and dumb enough. Treads of the mountain. These adamantine boots spikes can be magically attached to the bottom of the attuned creature's feet or footwear. When attuned to, the treads grant the following powers. There we go. Cliff Runner should be pretty obvious. Where'd you go? Oh, that's a sustained power, of course. Sustained. Cliff Runner first. You gain climb speed equal to your movement plus your proficiency bonus multiplied by 10. You can climb this way without using your hands. Easy enough. I think there's an exploit we can use in here as well. This is going to be a uncommon, rare. Rare will have 2 ranks worth of power, so it already has Cliff Runner, which is 1. And what's the next thing we're going to use? Exploit, a maneuver sounds like the right place to be. Let's see what we can find. Nope. Exploits. Let's see. Overrun as a hunter, vertical solid, 10 resilience, sage, swift, tactical, win. Cooperative effort, phase attack, precise attack, ride the wind. No. Maneuvers, coordinated attack, coordinated rush, distract, flatten, goad, mobility, rally. Show me what I want. Ooh, controlled fall. That's not a bad one. As a reaction to falling, you can land on your feet instead of prone and reduce the damage taken by 10 times your proficiency bonus. Hot damn. Okay, controlled fall. That's a pretty straightforward little item. Reaction. There. There, Treasure of the Mountain Goat. Simple utility item, excellent for cliff running. Duh. And we got Fellhammer, which is a tripping strike, and a flatten effect, which is an action or a bonus action. So you could use an action to do tripping strikes. You can use flatten to do to knock a creature prone within 30 feet. And then anything that's prone, either from tripping or flatten, you can then use your reaction. As a reaction to when an enemy you can see within range of your weapon attack becomes prone, you can make an attack at advantage and add to the attack roll. Advantage and the attack roll. So downtrodding is pretty good to go along with. Well, if they're already tripped, they're tripped, but you can just deal the extra weapon damage. It's not to prone. Yeah, not bad. One, two, three. Okay, I'm happy with that. So Fellhammer's pretty cool. Treads of the Mountain Goat. Where are we at? 1:30, hour and a half in. About 5 minutes left. Yeah, that's probably a decent place for us to stop today. When we come back next time, we are really getting down to the nitty gritty. So I think what we'll do, we'll probably make a couple more power items, just to have a couple different examples of gear in general. And then we get to focus on the DM section of cleaning up the Magic Paradigm section, since we reduced it so much to damage types per chosen aspect of your paradigm. So we want to include in the DM section. Implementing magic paradigms. Adapting the campaign. Let's go with power campaigns. Damage on demand. Creature. Empowered creatures. Damage on demand. Empowered creatures. What else do we want? Dealing with damage on demand. Let's go with what's the other thing we're looking for in here? creatures. And then going forward with exploits. Empowering creatures. So I want to talk about dealing with damage on demand, which is since so many types of characters basically have access to ad hoc smite plus bonus effects. How do you need to change the format of your encounters to fold in the extra damage that you're going to be dealing using these resources? On the same hand, if you're using a lot of exploits, you're going to get really high ability score results. So you need to have a conversation with your DM about the concept of failing forward, where no matter how bad their die result is, they're always going to gain at least a little bit of information pushing them in the direction that you want the story to go. But great successes result in more and more information or results provided to them. So the DM needs to be thinking in these tiered, I don't care if you succeed or not, you're still going to get the information that I want you to have, but how successful you are is rewarding. Like if you're going to blow a bunch of mana on an investigation check because you really want to figure out what's going on in this room, then the DM can reward you for expending your resources that way to get a confirmation of information that you were already going to give them. But now you have an excuse to give them just a little bit more to lead them to the next, like you've got like the next step. You got them leading from like the concept of railroading is basically not letting them see further ahead to the next boxcar. Like people talk about being on a railroad as in you don't have a choice of what path you're following. But beyond that, there's also where in the train are you? You can't see too far ahead on the track to see where the campaign is going because you're being fed such limited access of information. So the idea here is, in failing forward, is that no matter how badly you do, you're going to see what the next step forward is. But higher results is going to allow you to see 2 or 3 or even 4 steps ahead where this information may be leading you to. So if your DM gets used to framing ability checks like that, then you can start being a little bit more picky about, is a die roll even needed here? And if the players insist on it, it's like, great, go ahead and do that, because you could always give them a little bit more. So that's the ideas behind failing forward with exploits. Empowering creatures we just did. Running a power campaign in general is talking about just the freedom to build these characters and for DMs to use the powers as they want. So that's a good place for us to go with empowered creatures. Yeah, let's do it like that. Empowered creatures first, and then dealing with damage, and then failing forward. Dealing with damage on demand, failing forward with exploits. I can push limiting access to power. Running a power campaign. talk about all the things that you need to deal, and then we can talk about limiting who actually has access to those different things. I don't know, maybe it's better to talk about limiting access earlier. Power paradigm, and then limiting. Yeah, there we go. That's the way to do. That's probably enough of a kit there. So I think this is where we're going to stop for today. I'm going to jump out of stream. I'm going to be back in, yeah, we're going to stop here. So I'll be back in 5 hours to do some Spelljammer artwork tonight. I'm still not sure if I'm doing tokens or maps, but I'll be doing something. But it'll definitely be painting. We're not going to do any layouts tonight. So probably token painting, probably creature token painting, honestly. And if we can get those done, then we can switch over to ship tokens. But we have a vague chance of being able to complete our creature tokens tonight. So we're going to take that shot and see how far we can go. But yeah, this is this for now. So we do martial powers each week. So next week we're going to be digging into the DM section, which is just going to be basically me wordsmithing a lot of thoughts and concepts and game philosophy in general. So that may or may not be interesting for people, but it's part of the process of creating a work like this. So I want to include it into the stream so people can see how that flows. So we do that on Mondays. We're here every morning, Monday through Saturday. Tomorrow morning we'll be continuing cartography for the Ebron Underground Carnathy Necromancy Research Laboratory that we've started work on. Tonight we'll do Spelljammer. Thursday night we'll probably do Spelljammer as well, unless I get into a post-edit development conversation. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out. That may be next week instead. But yeah, that's where we're at for now. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, tie in with us. This has been a pretty mellow day for Phil, but this is what it's like to build stuff. And if you're ever curious about building PDF documents, supplements to role-playing games, whether it's 5e or another one, that's what this channel is striving to do, to show you my process of going through and building things, as far as like the ideation here and building out the initial manuscript for content that eventually gets handed off to an editor to clean up and make word good, as well as the artwork, interior art, tokens, cartography, page dressing. We've started doing layouts for the Spelljammer books. You're going to see more of that coming up in the next couple weeks. Yeah, all the things. So check out all the channels. We'll continue updating each of these projects until they're done. And once they're done and published, we will replace them with a new project on the workbench. We'll just continue cycling through new items until we're done with everything, which could be never. So jump on board for the ride, and I appreciate you guys checking it out. I will see you on the other side in about 5 hours. So later.